We're good.
We're good. Okay. All right, we're going to talk about mounting the harness onto a barrel, either a 60-liter barrel like this guy or a 30-liter barrel like this guy. Important to know, there are two clips, two buckles at the top on either side. The top buckle is used for the 60-liter barrel, and the bottom buckle, the lower buckle, is used when you're mounting it to a 30-liter barrel. So that's the top strap would go through either the top buckle or the lower one, depending on which size barrel. The first thing to do is to loosen up all the straps that are going around the barrel. Is that good? You can see?
Yeah. Okay.
Unclip the strap over the top, loosen up these top straps, loosen up both sides of the bottom strap, and undo it on one side. Okay, that's the bottom undone and the top undone. So now I've taken that webbing totally off one side and it's still connected to the other side. Okay? This will work out easier if you unclip the sternum strap and make sure that the hip belt is also unclipped and spread out flat. So now we've got our harness face down on the ground, and it's time to bring in our barrel.
So start the barrel thing again.
And balance out your handles onto the side, and then grab this webbing and bring it back up and over. Like this. Now I'll spin this around so you can see. Okay. So the next thing to do is to start at the top and grab the top strap and thread it back through the top buckle, in through the back side, and out through the top. There we go. All right, and the same on the bottom. You don't need to snug it up tight yet, but you do want to thread it through. Okay, now that that's both sides, top and bottom, are done up, you want to start by snugging up the top. Again, use the handles to help you figure out roughly where a centered barrel is, and then grab both loops on either side and pull up equally with the same amount of force. So that way it's not pulling to one side or the other too much. Okay, snug that up as much as you can. When that's nice and tight, then you repeat this on the bottom. Snug, snug, and then the two straps that are running vertically, give those a little tighten. What you want to end up with is this top strap as close to basically the top of your barrel, below the flange but above the handles, and you want the bottom strap to go around the barrel where it's curved, not too high up, not too low down, but on the curve, so you've got a good grip on your barrel. There you go.
And bring it up again and say, there you go.
All right, there you go. If you've mounted this in a very balanced way, then the strap that goes across the top should be across the center of the barrel, basically. So a good way to tell if you've got your harness on in a balanced way is to look at where this top strap is going across the top of the barrel. If it's one way or the other, it's not centered, then you want to adjust this a little bit on both sides to recenter it and give you a good balanced load. So after you've got your harness mounted onto your barrel and you start to use it, it's always a good practice to check how snug it is after a few uses, and especially after your harness gets wet in rain or in the water. It can loosen up a little bit after the first couple of times, snug it up again, and it should be fine.
Excellent.
Excellent, Smithers. So when we're mounting a 30-liter barrel onto the harness, we got to change the top strap off the 60-liter buckle and put it onto the 30-liter buckle. So you just unthread that. Take it off the 60-liter buckle, put it on the 30-liter buckle on both sides. Okay, so I got it on the one, and I've already taken it off this side in readiness for mounting it. Spread it flat, and you can also unthread down the bottom. Sometimes you can get the barrel on without unthreading this, but it's just a little more straightforward to start with it unthreaded totally on one side. Grab your barrel, center it, the handles so they're not off-centered, and then fold your webbing back over. And what I'll do is spin the whole barrel around so you can see me threading it on to the barrel. Snug on both sides. Down the bottom, thread this through again. This is exciting, folks. Then you snug down both these vertical straps, and that'll stop the bottom strap from slipping off the bottom. You want to make sure it's lined up on the curve of the barrel. Okay, so the top strap is snug around just below the flange. Bottom strap is snug on the curved part of the barrel. If you see that your vertical straps are out of line, mine were a little angled this way, so I loosened this side and then snugged up on the other side. That helps keep the harness centered onto the barrel, and we're good. At the end, clip the top strap across, and it should be relatively centered, and that helps you understand that, yeah, I've got my harness centered onto my barrel properly. And again, remember, when you're putting your lid on, if you line up the handle with that cross strap, then it's nice and snug. It won't accidentally pop open while you're using it. There we go. This is exciting stuff, folks. Try this at home before you get out into the wilderness.